Okay, welcome to my short little tutorial on how to create a Prezi presentation. The first thing that you want to do is to plan out what you want to actually do your presentation on. In this particular instance, I'm going to do a short Prezi on how to use Google Scholar to look for peer-reviewed articles. So what I've created is a script. As you can see here, this is the document, that's the script. And for each slide, I haven't even created the slides yet, but I created each one of the slides on this paper, and I've written out what it is that I want to say on each slide. I've then used recording software to create a series of audio files for each slide. So these are my audio files that I'm going to import into each slide in Prezi, and I've done this before I've even constructed my Prezi presentation. In addition to that, I've also created the images. These are screenshots of Google Scholar that I'm going to be using in my presentation. So I've created those ahead of time. So my entire presentation is pretty much planned out already. So now what you do is you log into Prezi in your browser here, and you click that you want to create a new Prezi presentation. The interface will load. And it will provide me with some templates that I can use. And I've selected one over here that I want to use, called Mobility. So I select that one, and I present Use Template. So the template loads, and these are the different slides. You can see over here are the different slides, and then you have your work area here. Now, the way this particular template works, it's really not going to work with some of my images, so I'm going to actually do some rearranging. So if I go to this slide right here, it shows me all the different slides that are in this presentation, and I need all of my slides to be landscape, and I only have 5 slides. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to delete that. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different slides. You'll also notice these numbers that are associated in the interface. What this is the path. It determines which slide comes first and which slide comes second and third. So I want to start with this view, this external view of all the slides, and then I want to zoom into 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5 in that order. So the first thing I'm going to do is reorder the slides over here. So I'm going to take this slide and put it down. So that becomes the second slide. And then I want this one. Actually, it may not matter at this point. As long as it comes in, it actually renumbered. It's going to go from 1 to 2 to 3. And I can see the path. If I press Edit Path, I can see the path that it's going to follow. It's going to start on 1. That's going to go to 2, then to 3, then to 4, and then to 5, and then 6, and then 7. So a total of 7 transitions. So I don't want to edit the path anymore. What I want to do is to go to my first slide. So it zooms in my first slide. And for slide 1, I'm simply going to introduce. So that's my first slide. That would be my introduction. Here's my next slide. And in this case, I'm going to take my slide, my first image, and make that as big as possible. Then I want to go to mine, and that would be my first slide showing Google Scholar. My next slide as you can see in this slide, I've entered the term. This screenshot shows that I've entered the search terms into Google. The next slide and then finally so what you have over here is each one of the slides that I've created, including that initial slide. When the presentation plays, it'll play to this slide, and then it'll play to this slide, and so on. And I've created my entire slideshow. Now, what I want to do is go back up to the first slide, and I've created 5 audio files to go along with each one of these presentations. And that's where these are. I want to attach each one of these audio files to a path. So the first one I want is the introduction one. Which is right there. I go to that slide, go to Insert, add Voiceover to Path 2. I then go to Audio and add my first audio. And you can see it uploading over here. While that's uploading and processing, I can go on to slide 2 and add my next audio. And it's processing. Keep on adding my audio pieces here. Get a little confusing. You have to make sure that you put the right audio on the right slide. You can see it's converting some of these here. That's ready to go. If you click on them, click on each one of the audios, you can actually play the audio. First, you want to open up your browser to www.scholar.google.com. Then you want to consider the search terms. See how the audio can play to make sure that you're on the right slide. Okay, now that all my audio is loaded, my presentation is pretty much done. It will end up coming back out like this, and I'm going to add my title here. If I go back to my original slide, that should affect my last slide too, right there. Okay, and my presentation is pretty much done. I can then check the whole presentation by going to Present, go back up to the top here, I press the play button. Hello, in this slideshow, I'm going to demonstrate how to use Google to find a peer-reviewed article. So as you can see, it began to play there, and that's all swell. So then I go to Share, and I want to share the Prezi, and there's the link that you'll want to send to whoever needs to see this. You can copy the link, or you can add people to the email, and then send the link to people you want to share it with, or just post that link right there. When you've copied that link, post it right into the course or wherever you want that link to go. And that is how you make a presentation in Prezi with audio voiceover for each slide.